Hello, gamers. Welcome back to the Nuclear Podcast. Today we're talking about gaming, that big umbrella topic about everything digital gaming wise, or board gaming. We didn't limit it. Although I don't know if anyone's talking about board gaming, but we're here. My name is Ezra Barget. Around the table we got.
I'm Riley Joyner.
I'm Sean Blomer.
Aiden Harris.
I'm Mason Joyner.
And we're gamers today.
We're going to be
Pro gamers.
Game time.
Right, who wants to start? Because I'm pretty
We
sure
want to start off with like
cool
the topics, so we'll go like PC gaming and then like console games and then like mobile games. We can start like.
I don't think we're that organized, Sean.
That's fair.
No.
So, who does anyone want to start off?
Sean, you sound like you had some good ideas earlier.
You
You can go
Say
ahead.
the name.
All right,
Let's do
then
PC gaming first.
I can cook over here. All right. I'm going to be talking about a game that is one of my current favorites, Helldivers. Now, before I just get into the most recent one, Helldivers 2, I got to have a little lore, short lore about the first game. So, Helldivers is based on this planet called Super Earth. Think about it like, you know, if every country on current Earth had a war, right? And America won, and it's all democracy now.
Hell yeah.
The whole planet's democracy. Everybody's shouting for democracy. And when they start, so they're, you know, everybody's under the same flag, right? So they're like, okay, we got to start conquering the universe now, right? Like all the planets. So they start branching out. They discover other things. They discover these alien bugs. They discover cyborgs, and they discover the Illuminate, which is a high-tech alien species that is far more advanced than the Super Earth is. So, being democracy, they obviously said, hey, we can't communicate with these guys. We got to take them out. And so, as democracy's men said, they formed the Helldivers. The Helldivers is an elitely trained group trained in 5 hours and then put into cryo-freeze in a pod, waiting to be deployed in the battlefield. So, as a Helldiver, once you get out of cryo-freeze, you are put into these super destroyers and launched onto planets for missions. These missions can range from launching a missile, evacuating civilians, or just blowing stuff up. Now, as a Helldiver, your arsenal consists of guns, rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, and the most crucial thing is your stratagems. Now, these super destroyers that launched you down can not only launch you down, but weapons. They can launch down machine guns, rocket launchers for you. They can send in orbital strikes, rail guns, Gatling barrages, and even eagle strikes. So you have an entire arsenal of airstrikes and barrages at your will. Now, these barrages and airstrikes have to be in order to use them, you have to put in a code. W up, right, left, right, down. Yep, you just have to do that. And then that'll put in the right code, you can call in your stratagem in. Now, that's the lore. Helldivers 2, so in Helldivers 1, they won the war, right? Pushed them all back, killed all the robots and the bugs, pushed the Illuminate out of the galaxy since they couldn't kill them. And then they had peace, right? 100 years later, the bugs come back because they're cockroaches. They always come back. These new faction called the Automatons, who are basically the children of the cyborgs, come back to try to take over again. The Illuminati are not here anymore because they've been pushed out of the galaxy. So Super Earth is back in, and the Helldivers, are reformed to take out these new threats. Now, the first Helldivers was a 2D game. The new Helldivers is a 3D mob shooter game, and it has intense graphics that make it really fun to play. With this game, you can go up to 4-person squads, max of 4, minimum of 1, and then you can get launched into these missions. Now, the funnest part is you can have these massive hordes rushing at you, and you can have all these different kinds of weapons and builds you can choose from. You can choose up to 4 stratagems, and then when you go in, you just go in, and then you have your main objective, which is what you need to complete in order to get your mission done. But other than that, you have secondary objectives like destroying illegal broadcasts of protesters, destroying illegal research facilities, and destroying other sub stuff that the enemy has, such as like, factories or bug nests. You destroy those. Once you've gotten your mission done, you can then extract, which is highly unlikely that you're going to make it out alive. You get 20 respawns or reinforces. It's another stratagem you have to call in. Once those 20 are out, you lose. And if you're lucky, you can escape by ship at the end. If you're not lucky, you'll die most likely along with the rest of those Helldivers. Now, what makes this game unique from other horde shooters is the fact that you are not special. You are expendable. You're not even allowed to name your own character. You name your ship because your character is not special.
Wow.
I think I've actually died around 5,000 times in this game. It's
The way my character acts, I think he's pretty special.
Yeah, I think mine's pretty special.
Okay, buddy. Let's see how special you are when you get a missile flying at your head. I wasn't very special. What makes this even more fun is the fact that there is friendly fire in this game, and Helldivers are extremely susceptible to damage. I mean, like, in 0.5 seconds of taking machine gun fire, you're dead.
Wow.
So, you are not Master Chief, buddy. I'm sorry about this. You're not even a Spartan. You're that random OC, or whatever it is, soldier that just got mowed down by a random alien. You're that guy. You're not him. So you are going down, and you are not by yourself, though. The entire player base functions in a single server, working together as an army, liberating these planets on the galactic map. The way the game mechanics work is each of these 2 factions, the bugs and the bots, take planets at a rate of like a certain percent per hour, right? Now, Helldivers, by completing missions, they raise the percent up, of their liberating the planet. And so the more Helldivers are on, the faster you liberate the planet. But if there's not enough Helldivers, you get pushed back and the planet's captured. So it's a thing of working together with the other Helldivers, completing missions. Now, there is story progression. You get major orders that the Helldivers do to get rewards, and that they complete certain objectives, they are then able to be rewarded after a certain time period. However, if they fail the objectives, the enemies push ever closer to Super Earth to capture your home.
Wow.
Now, the lore keeps progressing, and so far, the major events have been a planet has been reduced to a black hole. We have attempted to put pesticide on the bugs, and except they adapted to the pesticide and it made them stronger and multiply 6 times faster. We tried to capture the automatons, took back the home world of the cyborgs, and made miniature AT-ATs that can spawn more robots. And the bug side have these things called Bile Titans, right? These things, 4 stories high, heavy armor, and they barf on you. They walk up to you and they barf 20 feet, and then they barf like acid. So you get melted as soon as this thing
Sounds like
touches
this
you.
one relative I have.
That's crazy.
Wow.
My favorite part of this game is team killing.
What? That's not nice.
That's crazy.
Hey,
bro.
my favorite thing is to bring 500-kilogram bomb. It's perfect for blowing everybody up.
So,
Including
will
yourself?
there ever be an end to the story?
I think there will be. Just like Helldivers 1, there was an end to the story. However, it got so difficult that Super Earth was lost multiple times.
I see.
And so it did end, though. Now, we don't even have all the content from the first one. There are still the bosses left. Now, the Factory Strider, think about this. Like the AT-AT in Star Wars, right?
Uh-huh.
Think of this as like the Star Destroyer. This is called a siege mech. Twice as tall as this Factory Strider with every weapon they possibly have. That's the siege mech. And then they have the bugs have this giant worm that eats people.
Wild work.
Yes. But what we have to go through and get this story mode progression getting farther and farther. But obviously, the more major orders we fail, the harder it's going to be to do it. But I think it is possible that it will end soon. However, about a month ago, the creators said that we finally got out of the tutorial. They can finally start adding some of the real content in. And this is when people have been struggling with something called Malevelon Creek, which is so hard that people called it Space Vietnam. People would die left and right, and there would be low visibility on the bots, and you would just see lasers coming out of nowhere hitting you. Imagine, if you've ever seen this show, you're a real one, but Star Wars The Clone Wars. Imagine Star Wars The Clone Wars, you're against this whole droid army, you only have 3 clones, though.
I've seen mods for Helldivers too, where it's
Yep.
Clone Wars, and it's very.
Yep,
It looks
you're
very good.
basically just 3 clones, or 4 clones at most, sometimes only 1 or 2. And these, what makes it really hard though, is that you don't just have to fight the bots or bugs that are there with you, right? If you don't kill them fast enough, like when they spot you, like a patrol wandering around, they can do they call in reinforcements. The robots will shoot a flare up and call a bot drop in, and so they'll bring these ships down and spawn a crap ton of stuff on you. The bugs, like cockroaches, they'll call more of them though to attack you. They just come out of the ground wherever they want to.
Wow.
So it gets really fun, and it's even more fun with friends. So if you have any questions about Helldivers 2, I don't mind answering it, but I also don't want to take up too much of the time because I could talk about this game forever.
I didn't catch any of that. Can you repeat it? Get him
Okay,
just
buddy.
explain-
Get out.
Wild work.
When was New Helldivers made?
This one was made recently, like this year, like in like
Was it this
April or
year?
March or something. Like, yeah, it was this year actually. It's a very new game. They waited to release until after what's the name of that game? I didn't play it though. There was Baldur's Gate. That's one of the really popular ones. They had to wait till after that, but it was before Warhammer 40K. Now, the main difference between the Warhammer 40K and Helldivers is they're both horde shooters, right? Third-person horde shooters. In Warhammer 40K, you're stronger than your opponents. In Helldivers, you are weaker than your opponents. You take
Yeah.
more damage, you deal less. It's teamwork. That's all. It's teamwork and skill that gets you, not your overpowered weapons.
Wow.
Wow.
When was the first Helldivers made?
That game is like 9 years old. It's old. And
Wow.
there's a noticeable change in graphics because the only thing you can play this Helldivers 2 on is like PlayStation 5 and like PC.
I would assume adding a whole nother dimension would make a big change in graphics.
I mean, just compared to other games, though, this thing has insane graphics. It's cinematic just playing this game. I have a gaming laptop, right? And if I don't put this thing on like high performance mode, I get my game lagging. It has to be constantly like plugged in. It's fun, but it requires a lot. Like it requires you to have a good computer or a PlayStation 5 to play. Unfortunately,
Is it on Xbox?
it is not on Xbox.
Dang.
I want them to add it because all the Halo players that are just like the 40,000 Halo players that are waiting to join the Super Earth Forces, I cannot wait for that. They
Maybe
stand no
just
chance.
be
You get
better
so
and
much
have
support.
a PlayStation. I say not having.
Go ahead. Does anyone else have any other games or gaming topics?
Yeah. All right. It's a game called RoboQuest. Have any of y'all heard of it?
What is it
What's
called?
RoboQuest.
No, I have not.
I have not.
So it's it's a first-person shooter that's like super high pace, and you have to go through all these levels, and then you unlock better weapons as you go, and then you just kill a bunch of things.
So when you say things, what are we like killing?
What things?
You want to give us like a little bit of lore on it to help us get an idea of what we're playing?
They're like robots. They're like electronic robots. There's like different sizes. Some are bigger. There's little snails that go around killing you.
The immortal snail.
Sounds pretty.
Wow.
So is this like you're a human, and you're trying to kill the robots, or is this like you're another robot trying to kill the bad robots?
No, why are you
Exactly.
killing these other robots?
Yeah. So
you're like
basically, you had to work together, like kind of like Helldivers, and then you had to you're a robot, but you're called a brobot, and then
Robot.
you kill all these robots, and then once you kill them, you usually don't get good weapons from them. It's once you start getting to the purple areas or finishing the level.
So you want to describe us, like how does it work? Like so in a level, how do you complete the levels? So right now, all we know is we are a robot shooting robots. So we heard about purple zones and completing levels. So is there like a story progression you go
how do
through,
you
or is it something
progress?
like Hell Divers where it's just you complete missions over and over again and the story kind
Yeah.
of progresses on its own?
Like that.
Okay, so because like in Hell Divers, there's a break in between missions, right? But like, is it like Halo where you can go through a story mode and it's dependent on you progressing and not the game?
It's more on you progressing through like the levels. So like purple areas, you have to go through all this parkour to get to better loot at the end after you kill all the people guarding it, and then you get decent loot from it. And or you can choose power cells, which you can buy good loot from it.
So is this like, do you get to keep the loot, or is this like Dark and Darker where like you lose the loot if you die?
If you lose all your loot.
So this is something where it's not like you keep the loot and like you're raiding dungeons or something like that where you can keep the loot over and over again. It's like you only keep the loot when you're in the level. or
Yeah.
So if you leave, you lose that loot.
If you die, you
What
lose
type of
that
game
loot.
is this?
It's a first-person shooter.
So
Like, what genre?
Genre.
so do you
What genre?
What?
Do you mean genre?
Okay. You're pronouncing it wrong. It's genre. Is it like roguelike or like?
That's wild.
It's kind of like a
Correction.
roguelike.
would you consider it kind of similar to Doom?
No.
Have you ever played Doom?
Yeah.
Or seen it? Okay, so it's not this, because I mean that's another fast-paced, fast-paced first-person shooter where you have a story mode progression. So that's what I'm kind of thinking it is right now. I'm trying to figure out what.
When
the
I
difference
mean
between it
fast-paced,
is.
I mean like you dash around super fast,
Like
like way faster.
Titanfall,
wh-
but
wh-
like
what's
super,
that?
Faster
One,
than
what's that one
Titanfall.
game that they made called something Kill or something like that? Hyper Kill or something like that. It's like
I
it's like
heard
a
that.
Hyper Dash?
no, it's like this first-person shooter, but it's the most fast-paced game I've ever seen before. You're in this like it's kind of like digitalized, but you're fighting demons with like a
Yeah, I
gun and you
forgot-
shoot it like a coin.
I know what you're
and it hits
talking about. I
stuff.
forgot the name.
That one's like extremely fast-paced. Like if your brain processing speed is low enough, you're cooked. But you better have
Yeah.
an
So
abnormal
you're
brain
telling me I
processing
That game
speed.
is crazy.
So once you finish a level, or there's you don't have to finish a level. There's these little breaks after every like probably 5 areas, and then there's a buddy bot who heals you, and then there's a chest that you open, and then you can get loot from that.
Oh,
And-
is this the kind of game where you do like a run and you try to get the best score possible, and then
Yes.
it resets after you die?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. It's like one of those Survivor type games, where you go through, you get.
And
Do I actually know what game you're talking
Have
about?
y'all played
No,
Risk
that's
of
a different
Rain?
and in every level, you there's these 2 bots.
Do you
Actually,
do you
there's
pick like a character, like a different type of? Is this? Might be thinking of a different game, but is this like the where you pick a character with certain powers, and then each time you kind of get loot, and it increases like your stats or something like that for your weapon or something? Is this a different?
That's
game I'm
Risk of
thinking
Rain.
about?
That's
That sounds
Rain.
like
But
Risk
it's
of
not
Rain.
Risk of Rain. It's I
not?
think it maybe I think it's something else, but never mind. That was a third-person shooter.
All right,
so-
I have a question
That whole
for
genre
the
is
table.
rogue.
Yes.
rogue.
Okay.
What game do you think you have the most hours in?
R6.
Arc.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's Fortnite. Unfortunately,
wow.
when I was little, I played from I would say until I was about 4. I'm 17 right now, right? Until I was about 14, so like 3 years ago, I'd grind Fortnite for the Fortnite Battle Pass. I was on that Battle Pass grind, man. So I'm pretty sure I have like thousands of hours on it or something like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Aiden? You've been quiet.
Let's see. Okay.
Pokemon.
Maybe. But I'd have to say either Pokemon, Minecraft, Fortnite, or Ark.
Yeah. For
One
me,
of those.
it's definitely Minecraft.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we all probably have most. But console Minecraft hit different.
Or
I don't know.
Subnautica.
the mini games.
I spent so much time in like creative worlds with my brothers, bro.
Do y'all remember that one game mode where you have to like hit the sand below each other?
Cave.
Like
It's
yeah,
cave,
but
bro.
like built in. That was heat, bro.
Yep, that was good. Oh, dude, also one of the built-in mini games, the Elytra one. Where you
Oh yeah, bro. The mini games were
dude,
heat.
I just got so mad at that game.
What?
It's because
Wow.
all of our controllers would drift. So
Uh,
none of us could make it through.
did y'all play that one where you're like it's like the Hunger Games where you all start like
Mhm.
naked and you have to grab the stuff?
survival or battle or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was heat.
I always tried
That
the
was
one
great.
map in
I
the
picked-
cave. I always tried getting up on that ring at the top, parkouring to that. I was also really bad at parkour, so I mostly fell off and died a lot trying to get up there, right? And people would chase me as I fell down, and I have to run back up again, try to get there, because that was the good loot right there. You got like enchanted stuff and stuff.
I definitely grew up on Minecraft and my other probably favorite video game, Little Big Planet.
Oh
Do
yeah.
any of y'all know what Little Big Planet is?
I actually haven't
No.
heard of that one. What's it about?
I played at y'all's house one time.
Yep, really?
Yeah,
How long ago was that?
too long ago.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
15 years.
No, Little Big Planet was a startup from Sony on PS4, not PS4, PS3, in like 2008, I believe. But y'all know who Sackboy is?
No.
Yes,
You ever seen Sackboy?
I think
Yeah.
I played that when I was like young. I was like 9 or 10 years old when I
I
played
played-
Sackboy Racing. I think.
LBP 1, 2, and 3, and those are like whenever someone asks me what my favorite game is, I never really have an answer, but it's probably Little Big Planet.
What makes it
It's-
so good?
I don't even know how to describe it, but it feels like you're playing in a world that like a 10-year-old made a diorama of, like, for school,
Huh.
if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
So like all the terrain and all the things around you, they're all like glued together and
Like
got
kinda
like
goofy,
stitches
like,
in it.
artwork?
Yeah. And then you could make your own levels in it. It was one of the like pioneers of like Mario Maker type games, and you could make your own levels and share them with everyone else, dude. And then the music is so nostalgic, dude. The music's so good. Like, legitimately, if you never ever play Little Big Planet, just go listen to the Little Big Planet original music, and even some of the licensed music that they got in there. All of it is so good. Do y'all know the music disc Chirp from Minecraft?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might.
That disc, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's inspired by the opening song from Little Big Planet. Yeah. Anyways, that's my
I
Little
think I
Big Planet
I
rant.
think
They
I
don't make
played it.
games
Wasn't
like
there
they
like a
used to.
racing mode or something like that, like a Mario Kart somewhere?
There was a game, another game, Little Big Planet Racing, which
Yeah,
was,
that's what I played. I think I
was
played that before.
less fun, but still chaotic enough to be fun.
I don't think I was. Mostly my childhood game was at Terraria. If anybody
Yeah.
knows what that game is, that game
Terraria.
was what I played when I was little. I sucked at it. I thought I got. I didn't. Obviously, I didn't have Wiki when I was 9 years old, so
Yeah.
I didn't know how to get stuff, and I didn't do very good. But I played it again. Me and my sister would play, and that was like our first like video game we played because of my parents were like maybe a little strict about games, so like we weren't even allowed to play like controller games until I was like 10 or 9 or 10 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
But we had to play like the Connect games, like Just Dance.
Bro, Connect was heat.
Connect. I have some pretty solid high scores on Just Dance. I go back on. I'm like, man, I had some crazy scores on What Does the Box Say, man? It's crazy.
That's wild work.
Did you play the sports or whatever?
Yeah, I did. Our sister my sister broke the disc,
So you broke the
Wow.
disc.
so we had it in
That's not good.
we had this Wii, right? It was just a classic Wii, but we had it in there was a TV, of like the closing doors, and so our Wii was like close to the front, and she left the disc like ejected, right? But she didn't take it out. So we were going, and like fast until we closed the doors, and we came back and it like broke the disc because she closed the door on the disc, and so like half the disc was still in the Wii, and the other half was on the floor.
Wow.
Did y'all follow
you
those
able to
tutorials
do
to
that?
fix the dirty disc with the toothpaste or whatever. It never worked, I
Dude,
swear.
We got a
I
disc
think
cleaner,
me and my
actually.
brothers went through like 4 Wii's. Of course,
For a Wii.
but by the time we were really playing on them, you could get a Wii for like $50,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
But still, like, and then for Wii, for me and my brothers, it would be Super Smash Bros. Brawl
Oh yeah.
on the
Oh,
Wii. Dude, we played that so much. That
Guitar
was-
Hero was great.
That and Wii Sports.
I thought I had a main until I realized everybody else was just bad, and that's why I was doing good
no,
as that character.
legitimately,
Because I played I played Mr. Game and Watch. I thought I was good at bro, but I played against like people who were like actually like good. I'm like, okay, I'll go because it wasn't like my favorite character, but like I did the best. I just realized that they weren't good, so
Yeah.
that's why I did good.
Wow.
No, me and my brothers, we would play the same characters every single time. Oldest brother would be Ike. Second oldest would be Kirby. I would be
Go Kirby.
Link, and my little brother would be Meta Knight. We
Link's
all
best.
hated that he played it Meta Knight because Meta Knight was so broken.
He just spins the
Those brawl.
spams the spin
The-
move,
yeah.
you know, over and over again.
Yeah. Yep.
But Link's base, that's what my main in Brawl was. Although in the Smash Ultimate, I switched to Toon Link
Mm-hmm.
because he has
Mine
a
is
shorter
Kirby.
range, more melee damage. And my favorite move to combo with was his basic attack, but when you go down, because it dashes down with his sword and slams down. That's why I like to combo that move. You know, like get a few hits in, jump above them, and do that. But the Link in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, he doesn't do that. He just pokes his sword down and just like falls down slowly instead of like slams down. So I had to switch to Toon Link. And then I think I switched to Bayonetta because her move set fit better because she had the same move, but she had some better move combos that fitted my playing style. I also like her
Right.
her time
move
freeze counter.
combos.
We were playing randoms. I was playing randoms. Okay, it sounds stupid, but I swear. We were playing randoms, right? Me and my friends like to just play random characters sometimes and would goof around with each other. I got Bayonetta and I smoked them. Absolutely smoked those guys. It was fun.
Wow.
Although I'm still gotta practice on that counter.
Okay. On the. By the way, my main right now is Donkey Kong because he's funny.
Yeah.
But
that's-
on
I
the
like
topic,
Kirby.
Kirby's good. Kirby's chuck the rock at him and they. Okay. On the topic of Smash Bros. Why don't we have Waluigi in Smash Bros yet?
I like Little Mac.
Oh wait, no, never mind that.
You played
Little Mac?
Little man. I have
that was Mr. G from the soundboard.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
scary.
The boxing. Bam, bam, yeah.
Jump
That's
scared
fun. That's
by the little man.
based.
I thought Mason just hit
I
puberty.
like
It's crazy. Little Mac is fun. He's just annoying. Sometimes.
Yeah, I'll see this little goober run around and go after me. He always third party.
You know what? I hate
Wow.
so I brought my Switch over to my friend's house, right? And so we were playing games. We were playing like Star Wars Battlefront 2, Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart. I was beating him at everything, right? He didn't like it. So we were playing Smash Bros, right? I would beat him up as Toon Link. Bro decided to pick Dark Pit and spam his Electro Smash arm over and over again. So this move, when it's a dash move, right? But it negates all damage and reflects all projectiles back at the opponent. So you can't stop it. Now, when you use it, he's like a stun after like he doesn't move for like a solid like 1.5 seconds after he uses it because it's so overpowered, right?
Mhm.
And can it even be countered? I don't think so. I think it's just like unstoppable. And he was mad annoying. He just spent the whole time. He just Electro Smash, Electro Smash, Electro Smash, like over and over again. And Blood was like, "Well, it's working." I'm like, "You're literally spamming the most overpowered like one of the most overpowered moves in the entire game."
What's your favorite power up on Smash Brothers?
Like one of the items or like this items.
That one hammer one.
That's
the
so
one I like.
annoying. I hate you. Probably, it might be the baseball bat, because you can get some really fun kills with that.
I think it depends on what kind of like character you have, you know. Like sometimes it's nice if you have like good melee moves to get one of the guns, you know, just like shoot people. I like doing that. I like annoying people by sitting there with the gun, shooting them over and over again. And they can't move. They're like, stop it,
And
because they're like,
you can play Falco and just
yeah, they're like
super annoying.
they're like off the edge and they're still just trapped in the air because I keep shooting them. They're like, just let me fall. I'm like, no, I don't want them to fall.
Wow.
A lot of Smash Bros is just being annoying to other people. That's the joy in it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Do
Yep.
you play with
I
or without the
sometimes-
ultimates?
I play with Smash Meter, not the balls, but the meter that charges up.
So how does
don't
that
think
work?
I've-
I actually have
Stop
never
laughing.
played that way.
Pretty sure it's
Yeah.
like based on the damage you take and receive,
It's-
or take
Yeah,
and
the
deal.
damage you take and receive, and I'm pretty sure it just builds up on its own over time. It takes a hot minute.
Man, I one of the most overpowered ults. You gotta admit, it's Base Link's arrow, bro. That thing, you just like smack them with an arrow and they go like flying, man. It's crazy.
What?
And then I tried being Toon Link. His ultimate is garbage. It does like 40% damage and
Oh.
like barely damages them. And it's not even a ranged attack. It's like the
Wow.
it's like one of the ones where they have to be right next to them. It's like literal garbage.
What was up with Diddy Kong's Final Smash and Brawl? What was that? Do y'all remember?
I never was Diddy
Like
Kong.
like a dragon thing.
All right, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Cool.